مع أعياد الحب بيبقى فيه أفلام رومانسية في السينمات الأمريكية. فيلم داون هيل مش بس فيلم رومانسي بالمعنى الصريح، لكن هو كوميديا سوداء عن العلاقات الزوجية. موقف الاقتراب من الموت اللي بيمر بيه زوجين في رحلتهم لجبال الألب بيخليهم يعيدوا النظر في علاقتهم.
الفيلم بدأ عرضه في أمريكا وهو من بطولة جوليا لوي دريفس وويل فيرل، أصحاب الشخصيات الرئيسية في الفيلم. من العرض الأول للفيلم هنسمع من أبطال الفيلم وجهة نظرهم في العلاقات.
The definition of masculinity continues to evolve, and I think the definition of masculinity in this film, on one level, is the action that my character chooses not to take. However, the bigger definition is honesty, and it's a much different story if after Pete's faithful decision, he just comes back and addresses it right away and says, I am so sorry. I don't know what came over. I made a bad decision. I was a coward. If you hate me forever, I understand. That's, I think, as mature and as masculine as you can be in a way, because we really don't know how we're going to react in the face of an imminent threat like that. So, you know, but it opens that question that I think is really interesting. And I think we're at a time where we're experiencing such a deficit of truth, whether it's from our leaders or, you know, news stories and things like that, that it's interesting that on this meta level, they're having trouble really communicating with each other.
So we came here.
He's still here.
Here's to here. You lose a parent and the ticking gets louder. Every day is all we have.
We have, yep.
Powerful. Maybe we ski the beast after lunch.
Pete,
I don't think it'll be that challenging. It'll be fine.
I think this movie is actually about truth and telling the truth and owning the truth and reconciling the fact that good people make bad decisions, very good people. And it's a question of how do you recover from those bad decisions? How do you own them? And how do you get past them? That's what I think it's about.
What we tried to do in this film was to show both what happens when a male is sort of faced with that cowardice, but also how his partner reacts to that cowardness. And so, you know, we tried to even muddy the water a little bit, make Julia's character, you know, kind of question the relationship and question her identity within that relationship.
How old are you?
30.
Oh.
I won't give in.
There's only one thing I have to worry about right now, and that's going down.
I think it's really hard for everyone really to make mistakes and then cop to them. I think it's particularly hard for men too. This is a moment of weakness that Pete, you know, has no idea that he's going to react the way he does. And I think what's amazing about this movie is that it sort of highlights just how messy and unpredictable and confused human beings are, even though we're trying so hard to like control things.
This movie is about, in part, a man who has done something that he feels ashamed of, and his reluctance to sort of look at that shame and deal with that shame. And I think a certain version of masculinity requires that you never apologize, that you never admit fault, that you never admit fear, that you never admit weakness. And these things lock you into a persona that no person can ever actually live up to. And it means that when you fall short of that persona, you're ill-equipped to mend the damage you've done, because you have this persona and, you know, it's this mask that destroys the face underneath. And I think this movie shows someone who's having to try to sort of, in faltering and awkward and disappointing ways, and then also quite good ways, puncture that mask and get back to his family in a certain way.
Can you run in ski boots?
Not very well.
Boom. Exactly. Well,